Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of weight loss. Now, you may be wondering why I get so excited. Well, today I'm going to cover a little bit about that. And I'm actually going to try and keep this to half an hour. And any of you who know me will know that it can be a little bit of a challenge for me. So today I'm going to cover a little bit about how my journey into the weight loss profession. And also at the end, I'm going to share with you our latest offering. And I can't wait to share this with you because I'm really, really excited about it. And anyway, I'm going to just jump on and share screen with you so that we can take you through the magical journey actually of why I get so excited about weight. And I know for some of you, you think, why on earth is she so excited about weight? And I'm going to go over that. So I know many of you have struggled with your weight, and you may have a few excess kilos that you might want to let go of, or even more than a few, because I know, is that it's such an interesting journey, and I want to cover a few things about it. So if you struggle to look at your reflection in the mirror, even feel sick and tired of yourself, and you dislike yourself, and you don't feel like you anymore, if you're feeling down about your weight, if you feel you've tried everything, don't despair. I want you to know that help is at hand. And before I go into it, I specialize in weight and hormone balancing, and I often get asked, why? Why do you do that? Because I've got quite a lot of experience in various other aspects of health. But I see weight as just a symptom of something else going on in your body. So, for example, if you have weight coming on, I actually see you as lucky. I know, you probably don't. You probably think I'm absolutely bonkers. But the thing is that if you have weight, it's your body showing you that something is wrong. And if you know that something is wrong, then you can go and look for solutions. And so the reason I specialize in weight and hormone balancing is because I personally have struggled with my weight for most of my life. And so I started off at the age of 13 with my first diet. And throughout a long period of time, I tried every diet, every health regime, which was basically under the guise of letting go of weight. From the tender age of 19, I was on a journey I went to a vegetarian. And so that lasted for 20 years. And for 5 years of that, I was vegan. And I also did other things like a raw vegan. And when anything, I felt that I was doing something wrong. So I went on the vegetarian diet thinking I was going to lose weight, and I never did. I went on the vegan diet and thinking I was going to lose weight, and I didn't. And in actual fact, I got tireder. And in the middle of that 20 years, when I was the tender age of about 24, 25, I was struck down with chronic fatigue. Now, was that linked to my dietary intake? I believe it had a part of it, not all of it, of course, but that's just part and parcel of our journey, isn't it? Our journey is all about finding out about self. Now, my journey has been quite a long one because of the way I'm made. And so I'm always looking for solutions. So when I got struck down with chronic fatigue, I started studying natural health because I didn't go to the medical doctors, because basically I had a deep distrust of them, because at the age of 18, I was misdiagnosed. I had glandular fever, but it was misdiagnosed for quite some time, and I was given medications and ended up in bed for over 3 months, quite very sick. And so consequently, I just knew that the medical profession was not going to serve me. So I started looking in other places. And everything that actually helped me, I decided to study. So I studied natural nutrition, medical herbalism, homeopathy, bioenergetic therapies, colonic irrigation, to name but a few. So I did quite a lot of study, and hence why people ask me, why do you specialize in weight and hormone balancing? And the reason is I believe that weight is showing us what is going on in our body and that we can do something about it. And so whenever I put people on a program that appears to be a weight loss program, it's actually a health program. And so this is how my journey started. So I had a weight issue. And why? So why did I have a weight issue in the first place? And the root cause of weight gain, in my opinion, is stress in all its guises. So if you are struggling with your weight, stress will be a major, major cause. And in fact, it will be the cause. So you might say to me, like many clients have, well, I have a relaxed life. I feel good. Well, I don't feel good, but I have a relaxed life. That it can't be the root. The thing is that stress isn't always being really busy at work or at home or anything like that. There's many guises of stress. So if we call family stress, work stress, and those sorts of things, yes, of course, there's stress. But also, so is low-grade infection. So if you've got a low-grade fungal infection, low-grade bacterial, viral infection, then they are causing chronic stress. So we're not talking about just a short, sharp burst of stress, like, for example, nearly getting run over by a bus. We're actually talking about long-term chronic stress. And the reason this causes weight gain is because when you're in chronic stress, your hormonal balance goes out of kilter. And so if your hormonal balance goes out of kilter, the major player in this is a gland called the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is in charge of so much in our body, but we're going to go into the reason why we put on weight. So if you think of your hypothalamus, it's in the brain stem. It's basically part of the ancient brain. So when we were in our ancestry in chronic stress, what happened is it would nearly always be due to going into famine. And so your ancient part of the brain goes, okay, we're in stress now, we're in stress mode. So we will need to conserve all of our energy that's going into our body, and we'll lay it down as fat. So if we lay down this fat, it becomes a double-edged sword. Not only are we growing, putting it in a nice way, not only are we growing, we're actually getting tireder too. So what happens is we tend to gravitate towards foods that give us a short, sharp burst of energy, sugar, carbohydrates, and or alcohol. And it really isn't your fault. It is because your body cannot access the energy simply because it's storing it away for at a time when there is no food. And so this is where the programs that I've developed comes to play. And the great thing about it is I so love it. So this program came about in 2010, but it was many years in the making. And the reason why it was developed in the first place is because of, again, my journey. My journey was at this time in 2006, we went into a huge period of stress. And in a nutshell, basically, at that time, before that, we came to New Zealand in 2003, and we, in theory, were semi-retired. because we had investments and all sorts of other things. And in 2006, it all went to custard. We basically nearly lost everything. And also at the same time, my dear beloved mother died in the UK. And it was an incredibly stressful time. And it actually makes me feel quite teary just to think of it, because it was an incredible time. And also went slap bang into menopause. And literally it felt like I put on 25 kilos overnight. And of course, that sent me into a spiral of depression and feeling worthless, because let's face it, as a natural health practitioner, if I couldn't help myself, really, how could I help my clients? And so it took me about 6 months or so to decide, right, I'm going to pull myself up and I'm going to do something about this. So I drew on all the resources that I had at the time. And those resources included a program that I created in the early 2000s called Detox Your Allergies. And the reason I did that program is because in early 1991, I specialized in allergy testing. And the list of foods that come as Fast Track to Health now is the list of foods that seldom came up as allergens or foods that cause an inflammatory process. Because if you have an inflammatory process going on all of the time, that also could be the root of your stress. So a food that you could be eating could be the root cause of your body going into stress mode, and so accumulating excess weight. And the thing is if you're accumulating excess weight because of a certain food, and that certain food can appear to be very, very healthy. And one of the foods that spring to mind as I'm talking is coconut oil. Coconut oil, in theory, on paper, looks like it should be incredibly healthy. But for many, it's not. So if you're having a smoothie, for example, with a dollop of coconut oil, or you're using coconut oil to cook every day, you are causing an inflammatory process going on in your gut. And so consequently, what will happen is daily you're doing this, you accumulate chronic stress, and that apparently healthy food is actually causing that weight to go on. And so Fast Track to Health came about with that list of foods. So the list of foods include protein and vegetables. It's a low carbohydrate diet. Well, program, I don't like to call it diet because it's a bit of an old hat word. But basically, if you have a low inflammatory food list, then what happens is your body can then start to come out of stress mode. For me, what happened was when I put myself on this regime, including intermittent fasting, but mainly following this food, the great thing about it was the weight stopped going on, and I did feel a lot better emotionally, but the weight was still there. And it took me a few years of trialing different herbs, different homeopathic formulas, different nutrition. And then in 2010, I literally hit the jackpot. The weight just fell off. Well, it felt like it fell off. It was just amazing. It was an amazing feeling. And after four and a half months, I let go of that 25 kilos. And it was pure magic. And then, of course, what happened is I started to get people seeing me and wanting to join my program. And so that's how Fast Track to Health evolved. And it's been evolving ever since. And then about 5 years ago, I was introduced to the carnivore diet. Now, when my client came in and asked me if I'd heard of the carnivore diet, I went, no. And me being me, I love research. I started to have a look into it. And being as I come from a vegetarian vegan background, it seemed a bit of an anomaly to not have vegetables and everything else. But the more I dived into it, the more beneficial it appeared. So the reason carnivore is so good is because it's even less inflammatory than my fast track to health food list. And so it took me for a while to sort of really get my head around it. So early 2020, I did a month on the carnivore diet and felt amazing. And as you know, life happened in 2020. And so I had a bit more time to do research. I went into normal food, and then basically in October 2020, I went on the carnivore diet and haven't looked back. And what does the carnivore diet entail? Well, it's basically eating food that only comes from an animal, but I won't go into that too much right now because this could take a very, very long time, and I'm trying to keep this to the half an hour. So this is a part of now Fast Track to Health, and it's also part of my newest program, and this is the Ultimate Detox. So Ultimate Detox came about because I felt the need to find solutions for what were becoming very serious problems for my client in 2022. So it was about January 2022, I was getting clients who were suffering with severe anxiety due to the last few years. I was also getting people who were affected by having to have the vaccine, and whether it was a stress response or whether it was a reaction to that. I wanted to find a solution. And so the Ultimate Detox evolved from there. We did our first trial in June 2022. And basically, the Ultimate Detox has evolved from there. And Ultimate Detox basically is an upgraded version of the Fast Track to Health. And so it's a 12-week process. Why 12 weeks? Because it takes 12 weeks to really, really make a difference to your ultimate health. So the ultimate, and yes, you can make huge shifts. The thing about the Ultimate Detox, I believe it's a complete lifestyle shift. And it takes 12 weeks to really get your head around it. And we also work with the Ultimate Detox. We work on your mindset. We work on different regimes that you can add in that are simple and easy. And it makes you realize how we are complete holistic beings. And to have all our ducks in a row, if we have all our ducks in a row, we can have the most amazing health and vitality, no matter where you are right here and now. Because if you take control of you, if you empower yourself and know your own body, and this is what the Ultimate Detox is all about. It's actually you getting to know you finding what your ideal foods are. It's you finding what really suits your life and what suits you. And let's face it, if you get healthy, everyone else around you gets healthy too, because you're an influencer. You influence everyone around you with your energy, with your frequency, with your ability, with everything that's you. You are actually very, very powerful. And when we're in better health, we become even better. And so that is the reason for the Ultimate Detox. I get so excited when I'm talking about it because I've seen the shifts and changes that my amazing clients have gone through. This is just one of the testimonials that one of our lovely Ultimate Detoxers has gone through. And she's let go of 17.8 kilos. And I just am so proud when I see these amazing testimonials, because I'm so proud of them for sticking to it, for them for actually communicating and sharing their wins. And actually also within our program, we also have a Facebook group where you can share need for support and everything else, because let's face it, we need support, all of us. Everyone needs a supporting hand at one time or another. And when you go through a detox that's incredibly powerful, then you're going to have a need for someone to help pick you up and keep you going. So this is the ultimate detox. And so I love to help people, as you might have gathered. So we're offering today is a 10 days to drop 3+ kgs. It's a free program that we're actually starting next Monday on the 20th. And I would love if you would like to come and join us. So what does that entail exactly? So it's a very unique process, and it's actually our new program. So we've done 2 5-day programs over the last, I think it's 6-8 months, and we've had amazing results. And as you can see on here, there's quite a few testimonials about people losing 2.4 kilos, 2.3. One lady lost 4 kilos in just 5 days. And yes, it is possible. So what we've decided this time is a 10-day process, so people can really feel into it. We're adding in frequencies, and it's a free 14-day free trial of an app. And what will happen is from Monday, we will send you frequencies to help you on your journey. And what do I mean by frequencies? Well, basically, if you look at a homeopathic remedy, a flower essence, in actual fact, nutrition, your food, they're all frequencies. We are all frequencies. And so whenever we have a stress response going on, there is always a blockage as well. So if you have aches and pains, it'll be an energy block. And so by actually using frequencies, remedies, potions, pills, potions, everything else, it's all working on negating inflammation, negating blocks. And what we can do with our app is I can send you frequencies that are going to be specific to you. So what we get you to do is to download an app, and it's very simple. It's literally, we take you step by step by step through it. You do a voice recording and you take a photo of yourself. And then I get that, and I then send you the frequencies that you need for the coming week. And as I say, we'll go through that anyway. But basically, it's a really, really exciting way of helping your body, helping you let go of that weight. And I will also be sharing sort of the acquired knowledge that I've had over the past 30 years of not just the weight and hormone balancing, but the frequencies as well. And so if we can use those frequencies to really help improve our health. And the reason for the 10 days is so that you can feel it, so that you can try before you buy, really. So our 10-day to drop 3+ kilos starts on the 20th of November. And I would love for you to join us. I'll put the sign up link underneath this video when I finish. But also, I would love for you to come and join us. Let's face it, letting go of a few kilos before the holiday season is worth a 10-day commitment. It really is. And the thing is you might decide to come and join our Ultimate Detox group, where we have some amazing women who support you, who really can help you achieve your health goals. Now, you might have only a few kilos to lose. You might have a lot of kilos to lose, but I promise you, this works. I've seen it time after time after time. And I must share with you a story of one of my clients. I'm not going to say her name, but let's call her Susie just for this story. So Susie came to see me in February this year. She had been to nutritionists all over the world, She'd been to doctors all over the world, and they'd all told her she had a thyroid problem, she had a hormonal problem. She was recommended a vegan diet. She was recommended all of these pills and potions. She'd invested thousands and thousands of dollars in her health and well-being. And she was very, very disciplined. She went on a keto diet. She also was exercising every day. And she'd been committed to herself for over 20 years. And the weight just wouldn't shift. She'd lose a kilo, gain a kilo, lose a kilo, put 2 kilos on. I'm sure you know the story. But what happened is she came and joined our program. She became a private client because she didn't want to be in the group or anything, because she was quite well known. And so anyway, to cut a long story short, after just 5 months, she has let go of over 27 kilos. 27 kilos that she hadn't been able to shift for years. And it's so exciting when someone shares that with you, because you go, wow, simple things. It's the simple things that matter. With this particular lady, she needed to go on the carnivore diet. And the carnivore diet is particularly good if you have more health issues than just weight, or more things to deal with. It's particularly good if you have autoimmune problems. If you have real health issues, then the carnivore is a way to go. And with our 10-day program, I will be going over what you can do, how you can do it. And there's a number of different ways. And you don't have to if it doesn't feel right for you, because I'm all about, right, this has to feel right. And I'm all about you connecting with your body and knowing what is right for you. So I would love if you would join us for our 5 days to drop 3 kilos, for 10 days to drop 3 kilos, sorry. And also, if you would like to join us, if you choose to join us and you share with other people, and if you join us with our calls, we're having calls Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for 2 weeks. If you choose to join us on that, the more you participate, the more chances you will have to win our prizes. We have a prize, a grand prize, which is valued at $1,200, which is our 12-week program, and it includes the products. And so if you decide to sign up, and if you share with your groups and tag us in, then you will be in with more chances to win. If you join our group, our calls in the evenings at 7 p.m, then you will be in with more chances to win our spot prizes. So our spot prizes are going to be really cool. So I'm really excited, and I hope this has inspired you to have a look at different ways of getting your body to really function at its optimum. And I invite you to jump in. And if you've got any questions, either ask below here or message me. And if you feel like joining one or more of these programs, please get in touch. After all, what have you got to lose? Just the excess weight and symptoms that could be holding you back. Thank you for watching, lovely ladies. It's been a pleasure. Lots and lots of love from me to you. Have a magical, magical time.